Tonight, my dear brothers and sisters, by the remembrance and the name and honor of Imam al-Hasan, let us try and emulate some of these attributes amongst our own family members first. Those who are needy, those who perhaps are at a disadvantage, let's show them generosity tonight. Let's show them that we emulate and follow the example of Imam al-Hasan, and then move beyond just the family to the community and beyond, inshaAllah. Being generous is a key trait of the Ahlul Bayt and all of the vicegerents of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because it shows a lack of attachment to this material world. It shows that in my mind, money is a means to an end, not an end in itself. It's a way to live a comfortable life and provide a life of comfort and convenience for my family members, and also to try and please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to use the money to perform ziyarah, as many of you do, alhamdulillah. To use the money to help someone who happens to be in need. I've mentioned this story before, maybe once or twice, and I just thought of it now. I thought I'd share it with you as well. A good friend of mine, he had a very religious father, someone who was known in the community to always be in the constant remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But the one thing he was most known for was reciting salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. So much so that his son, he told me, that on his deathbed, he kept, because someone who's in their deathbed, they're very weak and feeble, and at times he wouldn't be very coherent in his thinking. But as he lied in his deathbed, he kept raising his hand like this. So he said, I tried to figure out why he's raising his hands. And I remembered that when he was healthy, he had the tasbih in his hand, and he would raise it every once in a while to know where he'd reached. And so this habit continued. He continually raised his hand, but he had no tasbih in his hand, but it was the power of habit. He said, my father passed away. I saw him in a dream. I said to him, all the salawat that you recited throughout your life, was it beneficial? Did that help you when the time came for your accountability? He said, yes, my son, it helped me a lot. But there is something else that I used to do which helped me even more. He said, I said, what? He said, I used to help the believers financially. Whatever I could. Sometimes I didn't have the means myself. I would become the intermediary. I would speak to someone, raise some funds, feed the poor. I would raise some funds, give it in, for instance, the mawkib. Those of you who have been to Karbala and Arba'in, I'm sure you've seen pictures and images, even if you haven't. I would maybe support one of the mawakib there. This, he said, helped me a lot more even than my dhikr. So his son told me, he said, I thought about this a lot. Salawat is an incredible dhikr. It's a remembrance like no other. Why is this even more special? He said, I thought to myself, the reason is that when you help a fellow believer, you are helping Imam al-Zaman in looking after his Shia. He said, the Imam of the time is the father of this community. He is the loving, compassionate father. And so when one of them happens to be in financial difficulty, by you helping them, who are you helping? You're helping the Imam. Imam al-Hasan was the epitome of generosity.